Earlier today, and some of you probably saw the coverage of it on television, Bill Clinton and I were both in Boston at the funeral service for Senator Ted Kennedy. He was by far the most effective member of the United States Senate that I served with, and many say the most effective member of the United States Senate in the last century. We miss him and we honor his memory. And let me tell you, that church was filled up with Republicans as well as Democrats, even though he was known as I started to say partisan. He held to his values and he fought for what he thought was right, but he did it in a way that reached across the party line, and we have to do that to get good things done. But let me tell you one thing that really impressed me about the service today. They had a passage that had been written by Senator Kennedy about his religious faith. And he said that the center of his Christian faith was the Gospel of Matthew. And many of you know the famous passage that begins in chapter 25, where Jesus says to the gathering that you gave me food when I was hungry. You gave me water when I was thirsty. And when I was sick, you cared for me. And they said, Lord, Master, when did we do these things? And he said, when you did these things for the least among us, you did it for me. Now let me tell you, we hear a lot of talk about liberal and conservative and left and right. But ladies and gentlemen, when there are tens of millions of people in our country who cannot afford or get access to health care, we have a moral duty to pass health care reform, and we need to pass it this year. Build support for it. Give these members of Congress the support they need to vote right on it. Let's give President Barack Obama the victory that our country needs. Most of us here are Democrats. All of us here are Americans. And it is not right for our country to be spending twice as much on health care as any other nation and getting less for it. I was up in Upper East Tennessee not too long ago, and just across the line, a volunteer group had set up a tent, and they moved into some buildings there to have free health care for a day. And the people lined up for miles because they can't get it otherwise. Now let me tell you, we're here because we believe in the principles of our party. There are deep friendships, loyalty is here, but what we're really about is making our country a better place. And we've got problems that need to be solved. We've got opportunities that we need to reach out for. And in the memory of Senator Ted Kennedy and behind the leadership of President Barack Obama, we need to get busy and start making our country a better place by solving these problems that have been neglected for too long. Now finally, I'm not the one to introduce Bill Clinton, but I hope you'll understand if I say just a few words before Chip comes back up here and goes to the rest of the program. I was mighty proud to serve with Bill Clinton, and I want you to think for a moment about the condition our country was in at the conclusion of the 8 years of the Clinton-Gore administration. We had a booming economy. We created tens of millions of new jobs. We had the biggest surpluses in the history of the United States of America. And we went about the task of solving the problems that were on our plate. And after 8 years of testing and trying the philosophy and ideas of the other party, what did we get? The biggest economic downturn since the Great Depression of the 1930s. We got problem after problem and just swimming in red ink. And now we have a president who is leading us back toward the right direction. And even though it's going to take a lot of time, already the economy is beginning to turn around. We know we have to be patient because they dug such a deep hole, it takes a long time to get out of that hole. But we're already seeing a difference. Ideas matter. Policies matter, laws matter, programs matter, politics matter, values matter, working hard to get the right people elected, to vote for the right policies, to reach out and help the least of these, and to help those in the middle-income families who need policies that work in our country. I'm awful proud that President Bill Clinton led our country to such prosperity and success during the 8 years he was president. And thank you, Tennessee Democrats, for voting for the Clinton-Gore tickets 2 times in a row. God bless you. Thank you.